Like, oh, let's go to the temple shrine. Let's go to the shrine temple. Hello, my name is Mar, and I founded an animation studio in Japan. And today we'll talk about a bit of my experience coming to Japan in the beginning, because as possibly some of you watching this video have been watching anime and basically Japanese based, you know, animations, comics, manga, so on, and have seen their food, have seen their temple, have seen many elements that were interested, and you're like, oh, if I visit Japan, I want to try to do this. So today I'll talk about some of these subjects. So back to let's start with the topic. Let me think a moment. Okay, so let's start about the festivals and matsuris. Let me see. Do I have a picture related to that? Have you ever seen in manga or anime where the characters go often to a temple in summer, or like a shrine, sorry, a shrine in summer, or like some park, and there's like these little stalls with like food and games, like trying to catch the golden fish, trying to catch like little water balloons with a thread that breaks. And there's like all this food, and then people with their like yukata, like this type of like traditional clothes. In this case, I think I will be showing you a kimono, which is another version. So we're wearing traditional clothes and so on, and that's something I saw in many anime. I saw it, I don't know if I went to these events in a yukata, like the traditional clothes I mentioned. I think so, or at least I went to when it was to see fireworks. These festivals also have usually fireworks. It was really nice. So these events are really, cute. I saw them on Sakura, and I always wanted to go. And the food is a bit overpriced, but sometimes quite tasty. And I've enjoyed them. I enjoy them a lot. Why I'm talking in the past is because I don't tend to go to this type of matsuris, like events, as often now. Maybe I find them like these stalls and things around me, but I don't go on purpose as I did before because I wanted to experience them. What I go to now on purpose are festivals for flowers. That's how this relates. I In Japan they have this big culture that you may have seen in anime and in manga to like go and have a picnic under the cherry blossoms. It's called a hanami, where you go like you put like your sheet of like clothes or plastic. You sit on it and you're like dancing or drinking, usually just drinking, eating, having some fun with friends or coworkers. Some actually like some hanamis you have to go for work, sort of like they're not always fun, if that makes sense. Like going like the companies will go, like one or two newbie employees will have to go and set book the space and put like the big clothes, and then wait for hours until the everyone else will come from the company and actually have the food all together. I've seen that because I'm in an area close to where hanamis would be held. But it's not all about cherry blossoms. There's festivals all around Japan based on a specific flower and a specific park. So imagine there's like a park in your city, and there's a big area of that park or the whole park that's all cultivated to have a beautiful display of a specific flower. So when there's the season of that flower is in bloom, they call it a matsuri, like the matsuri of lavender, canola flowers, hydrangeas, spider lilies. Like there's lots. One of my favorites to see would be Fuji flower, the Fuji flower, not the mountain, which is that flower that looks like purple grapes. Basically, you go to the stations and you see there's like posters about like, oh, this park now they have like these huge spars of like lavender flowers from this day to this date. Come see us. And when you go to those events, sometimes they also have like these like food stalls and game stalls, but usually it's just about the flowers, and they're lovely. And that's what I'm actually going to more often lately. It's like checking like, oh, there's like this flower matsuri, you see some advertisement. I always thought it was only sakura hanamis, but I'm loving these. Yes, so sakura thing, like for the hanamis, is more about the culture to go to do the picnic under those flowers. from these other flower matsuris, usually people more like strolling around and taking pictures. Sometimes we see cosplayers or people like in very cute outfits or like formal outfits, like to take like a very, very good shot. And then of course like people like sometimes like eating the things from the stalls, like sitting around. Like the sakura one, like the cherry blossom one is very like the classic. Yeah. And these other flower matsuris are a bit more of like the strolling and having a walk type. It depends on the type of the park. It will depend on the type of the park and the layout that is there. Right now, I'm looking forward to the lavender one that I just mentioned and see if I can catch some hydrangeas, which is one of my favorite flowers. Okay, so are they changing subject? We're going to talk about temples. So, and when I say temples, I most likely also mean shrines because I only have one word for that in Spanish and I keep mixing that I have to divide it when I speak in Japanese and in English. I always get corrected. Like, oh, let's go to the temple, shrine. Let's go to the shrine, temple. Some people will know, and I don't, and I made the mistake. I'm considering to just speak like, let's go to the temple shrine. Sukimine, see, like the image says shrine. So I guess Sukimine Shrine from Karkator Sakura. I saw this often. Like this one is like Tsukimine. I'm guessing the name already implies like going to see the moon, like the temple, like the shrine. See, it's not polite to go taking pictures of people, and especially like the young acolytes and so on. So please, or at least ask for permission, please. I've taken picture without asking for permission, and I'm not proud of that. I mean, not to the face of the person, but still, you know. Usually they're made of woods or sometimes metal, but usually wood. And then, well, it's an organic material that deteriorates over time, so they switch it, and it's something that I still enjoy. And I went to a lot of temples actually. With my husband, we travel around Japan sometimes, and if there's a temple or new one, we would go and get like this. Like I have to look for that later. So there's this like temple specific signature that they write in a book. Well, now lately they're printed and you paste it, and it's not so fun. But I wasn't like super into temples, but I wanted to go to some and see them when I went to Japan, so I did. Like a bit like it sparingly, you know, like not like on purpose for like every weekend I want to see a new temple. No. So I hope you enjoyed today's stream. Thank you very much for being here. And I guess that's it. See you on the next stream in a week. Goodbye.